All right, good morning. We have Gurdeep here, and he's going to be a travel agent trying to convince us to take a trip to India and share with us about his homeland.
Well, thank you for the introduction. Okay, so for today I am a travel agent and I will be planning your travel to India. So if you can see the handouts, in the first page we have a map of India and then some basic details about India, just to give you a brief background about India, how its flag looks like. New Delhi is the capital of India, and it has a population of 1.2 billion. Its area, 28 states and 7 union territories. National animal, tiger. National flower, lotus. National fruit, mango. National bird, peacock. And we have a democratic government. And India is having the largest democracy in the world. So just assume that you all are going to India for the entire month of July. And since I am from northern part of India, so I have selected 5 places which you will be visiting. So the first one you see is Taj Mahal, and it's made of white marble, and you can see the picture. The second one is Red Fort. It's located in Delhi, and it was the residence of the old Mughal emperors. And the third one is Lotus Temple. It's also located in Delhi, and it's a house of worship, mostly for Hindus and Buddhists. The fourth one, Qutub Minar, is the tallest minar in India, and is made of red sandstone and marble. And the last one is Golden Temple. Now this Golden Temple, it's also a worship place for Sikhs, and it's located in Punjab. And I also belong from Punjab. It's a state in northern part of India. And if you see the picture of Golden Temple, there is a central structure which is surrounded by lake almost from all the sides. And one of the unique things about this structure is it's been plated with gold, so it shines really good at night. Okay, so now I will be going to give you like what to do in your stay in India, what not to do, and what you can expect. Sort of like main points which you can remember. And so the first point is driving. So people, okay, let me ask one question. How many of you have visited India? Has anybody? Okay, that's worst. Okay, so driving. So in India, people drive on the left side of the street, and like it's my sincerest advice to you that if possible, please don't drive in India. Unless and until you are a like fast and furious guy. So that's about driving. Again, sort of related to driving is honking. So in India, you will see people honking all the time whenever they are stuck on streets. So and it's not offensive at all. They just honk to get attention of others. So it's not like in US we sometimes we consider it as offensive. So you will see people honking every time whenever they're stuck. Cows. So cows are considered a sacred animal in India, and there might be some instances when you see cows wandering around the streets. So whenever you see any cow crossing a street, all you have to do is just stop and wait for it to cross the street. Don't call 911 or anything else. So it's considered a sacred animal. Next. Cricket. So in India, people are crazy for cricket. Whenever people are talking something or watching a game or anything like that, a good guess is that they might be talking about cricket. So that's a very good guess. Okay, unless and until you are in big cities, dressing conservatively is always a good idea. So that's one of my suggestions. Rich/poor. There is a big gap between rich and poor in India. So if you are traveling to some big cities, you might see a guy sitting on the street and begging near a mansion who is owned by some other guy. So there is a very big difference, and you can see the differences like at real time. Okay, so this is, in many places people like negotiation. So it's not like everywhere, but in some specific places people do like they just like negotiation. So you might have wondered like how much you would have saved if you would have negotiated. So that's a sort of deal there. Okay, so this is sort of funny. Man holding hands. So in some cities you might see some men holding hands of each other. So it does not mean anything. It's normal for them. It's just like holding a friend's hand and walking around the street. So just don't get frustrated whenever you see this. Okay. Religious sites. Okay, so whenever you visit any religious sites, any temples, any gurudwaras for Sikhs, almost all the time you will be expected to remove your shoes. It's considered a sign of respect, and people are not allowed with their shoes inside those temples. So just keep that in mind, that you will be expected to remove your shoes, and also maybe in some specific temples to cover your head. So it's a religious thing. Namaste, which we do like this, namaste, it means hello in a respectful way. So whenever you see anyone for the first time in a day, so you might say namaste, and it will be considered really good. Like they will respect you for that. Okay, he's greeting us, sort of like hello in a very formal and respectful way. Okay, so this is relatives or friends. So this is my personal observation, that if you have any relative or friend in India, so you are sort of in luck. For example, suppose if you are visiting India for a month, and suppose if you are traveling to these 5 places for a week, and for the rest of 3 weeks you are allowed to go anywhere. So you should have remembered these points because you are by your own. And for that relatives and friends, the good thing is in India there is a tradition, sort of tradition, that whenever someone say James, say he is visiting any of his friends or cousins or anyone in India, he is not supposed to spend any money during his stay in their home. They will take care of him for the entire duration, so that's fun. So I remember, like, I always used to cry to go to visit my neighbors' relatives' home, so that I can stay there for free and enjoy all the foods. They will take care of everything. They will take me to visits, to roam around the city. So that's a sort of like traditional aspect. Whenever somebody is visiting some of their known ones' home, they, like, most of the time they are not allowed to spend anything. It's not considered appropriate. food. So for food, I can say eat as much as possible, and but don't overeat if you are like weight conscious. I remember one of my office mates, Grace. She went to India a few years back, and she ate so much. She gained 10 pounds in 1 month, and she was telling me that yesterday. Yeah, that's it. That's the 12 points you have to remember, and if you remember these 12 points, you'll be good. That's it. Thanks. If you have any questions, shoot.
I had a comment first. Everything that you said, like most of those points, I went to Rome in Italy, and like the driving, the honking, the gap between the rich and the poor, people begging outside the Vatican, and also like the respect in the religious sites, like in the Vatican, it's real like parallel, which I thought was interesting. Also, I had a question. Do you namaste your parents in the morning when you get up?
Yeah, but not everyone. It depends on like if somebody is living in a rural part of India, they will do that. In cities, like it's sort of modernized.
Yeah.
They don't care that much. They say, okay, it's fine. So depends like where are you living.
Okay.
I want you to respond to a comment. Maybe 2 comments. Just what your impression would be if somebody said these things.
Mm-hmm.
India assaults your senses. Another comment would be, India is chaotic. How would you respond to that, being as someone who is from there, has lived here? If somebody from the U.S. said either of those 2 things, would you say, I agree, I disagree? What's your impression?
So, for the second point, India is chaotic. So, I agree with that. You know, for most of, it's only because of like population and their driving patterns in which they do all those things. So, if anybody is visiting India, they might think for the first time that it's chaotic because they don't have any set patterns. It's like everything going everywhere. You will not see any patterns. So yeah, they might feel that it's chaotic, but everything is going in a definite direction for sure. But still, people might think that it's chaotic. But yeah, I agree with that. And what was the first one?
I said it assaults your senses, meaning if you aren't expecting this, and you're from Fayetteville, Arkansas, it's difficult to take it all in. Is that true or not true?
It's true. It's absolutely true. As I told, like these points, so people might think that, oh, what's going on? As Grace, like she visited India like only once. She told me, oh, I was shocked. Like I saw some men holding each other's hand, and I was like, what? And she agreed like most of these points, and that's why like it assaults once somebody's senses if they are visiting for the first time, and if they are moving from a place like Arkansas. Yep.
I have a question that I know that some people say that Indian people, when they have meals, they'll grab the meals with their hands.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to know, are all the people do that?
Yeah, most of the people do that.
So you will not use some forks or use some cloths for a meal, you just use your hand?
Again depends on the location.
Uh-huh.
Like in big cities, if you go to any big city, they will use all those forks and all those modernized styles. Because big cities like Delhi, Mumbai, big cities are considered like airports.
Uh-huh.
People are coming, going, so sort of like they are mixed up, sort of representative of the entire world, not a specific India. So that's the difference.
Mm-hmm. What about bicycles? Are there many bicycles in India?
Yeah, there are many, and most of the time, if the distance between your your home and your whatever business you are going every day is not so far. It's just like 15 to 20 minutes of bicycle ride. So you'll be using your bicycle as a mode of transportation if it's not so far. And again, it's like you said, it's used as a recreational activity in US, but in India it's used as a mode of transportation. Unless again if you're in big cities, where there is sort of like fashion to drive bicycles.
Are there any bicycle specific trails? Any like? Yeah.
And no, not really.
Yeah.
In the rural part, not really. But if you go to some big cities again, you will find they will use that for recreational activities. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Gurdeep, for sharing with us about India. I learned a lot.
Yep.